Alright, I have devised a new game which is a sort of fun way to test your ability to run solo dungeons and survive in the Black Zone, and I'm calling it the Gauntlet. Here are the rules, okay, the Gauntlet. You must start with a Tier 5 Black Zone map, and your gear must all be flat 4. Upon beating that first dungeon, you may return to town to bank your loot. Now, you are not allowed to wait for the portal to close. If you kill someone invading your dungeon, you may return home or continue and finish the dungeon. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But if you kill the invader, you can go home and bank immediately. If you die to an invader or you fail to complete the dungeon because you're undergeared or not good enough, then the game is over and you have failed the gauntlet. You must upgrade one piece of gear every time you beat a dungeon, and you must upgrade the dungeon map by 1 enchantment or tier level, okay? And you cannot go backwards in upgrades. And you win once you complete an 8.3 map. So what this means is that you can go tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, tier 8, tier 1, or 8.1, 8.2, 8.3 and be done with it. But your gear wouldn't be that very much upgraded. But you could go tier 5, tier 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and that would be 4 upgrades worth of gear. Okay, do you get where I'm going with this? I'm going to show you an example of me running the gauntlet now. Alright, so I am starting this from the Bridgewatch Portal Zone. I have a tier 5 map. We're going to go ahead and pop it. It's sending me to Sanddrift Prairie, which is this way. You can see the green circle. And I'm on a mule. All of my gear is tier 4 flat. I've got a cabbage soup. I don't have any potions. You can have potions if you want. And you can choose whatever food you want. This is just what I'm going with. But the challenge is, we cannot wait for that portal to close. We have to run the dungeon. As soon as we enter, there's no waiting allowed. Don't dilly-dally. Don't pretend to slowly kill mobs while you constantly run back to the entrance. None of that stuff. You have to run the dungeon, and you have to run it fast and efficiently. So, that's what we're going to be doing. And then once we complete this dungeon, we're allowed to go back and bank. Alright, so there's the dungeon. You can see the butterflies. And now I am unstealthed, so if there's any other invisible people around me, then they know I've entered the dungeon. Alright, no dilly-dallying, we must run forward. My gear set right now is only worth 40k, so it's not a big deal, but as I continue to run the gauntlet, it's going to get more and more expensive, okay? But hopefully, if we get some good loot while we run this, then it's going to make up for that. And if once we complete an 8.3 dungeon map, we have won the game. If we don't choose our upgrades properly upon each dungeon completion, or if we get a really bad draw, like a really hard boss, or, you know, something of the sort, then it's game over and we have to start the gauntlet over again. Alright? So it's just a fun little challenge. Now, you don't have to kill every mob in the dungeon, but you do want to kill enough so that you do get an upgrade. And I haven't eaten my cabbage soup here, so there we go. That's going to help with my clear speed just a little bit. I'm doing the classic bolt casters. You, of course, will have a much easier time if you use something like, you know, mercenary jacket, druid robe, or not druid robe, but druidic staff, stuff like that. Of course, you're going to be having a much better time, but I wanted a little bit of challenge on my gauntlet, and I wanted speed. So here we go. I'm still running the gauntlet. I'm going to show you a full dungeon clear. It's just a tier 5 map in the tier 8 black zone. Now, again, if you have an invader, if you run from them, it's game over. Okay, you can save your loot, run away, but the gauntlet ends. You have to fight your invader. And there will be people invading. Like, don't think that there won't be, okay? Don't believe these other YouTubers that say, "Oh, the black zone is completely and utterly safe. You'll never get attacked," because they're they're full of it. That's what they do. That's their main thing. They run around and they just kill people all day. That's what they do. It's just the truth, man. All right. Again, we're just clearing here. We're still doing pretty good. We got our red buff. Gonna go ahead and beef up that druid robe a little bit here. And, you know, you can get a cape. I chose not to because I'm cheap, but it's whatever. Like, if I wanted to upgrade my cape, I would buy 4.1, like a Thetford cape or something. Or you can upgrade to tier 5. You can't skip tiers, though, okay? 4.1 is the same as tier 5, 4.2 is the same as tier 6, and so on and so forth. But you can't upgrade 4.2 to tier 6. You'd have to upgrade 4.2 to, like, tier 7 or 6.1. Something that equates to 7. Alright, so don't cheat your upgrades. This is the gauntlet. Alright, we're at the first boss. So it was a pretty fast clear. Tier 5 dungeon map. After this, I can either choose, do I want to go 5.1 map, which, again, this can start costing you money, but that's what the Gauntlet is. The Gauntlet is a test of your ability to perform with not good gear, or to plan accordingly. And it's just a fun challenge to get you out doing dungeons, get you out in the Black Zone. It's something to do, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and kill the Trasher on this boss lady here. I don't know why I'm running from the fear. It's not like it's going to really do anything for me, you know? I'm not really worried about it. Go ahead and shred its armor so I can one-shot it there. Awesome. And we're about to fight the boss now, so let's just open up with a nice little burst there. She's going to cast that. I'm going to have to eat that. It's fine. We got her down to half, looks like. And yes, you can keep gear that drops on the ground. Like up there, you can see that an item is dropped. That's totally fine. Go ahead and take the boss lady out, and let's see what we get for our first Gauntlet completion. Alright, and we have, 5.1 Assassin Jacket. Very cool, very nice. And looks like 9k in silver. Alright, now, when I say you have to upgrade your gear, you don't have to upgrade your gear based on your money. You can use whatever money you have. That's fine. That would be totally unfair. Like, you won't always be able to farm certain amounts of money. But now that I have completed a dungeon, I have to upgrade my map, and I have to upgrade one piece of gear. And town is really close. What is my, what does that cost? 3.6k. I'm just going to teleport back. That thing's going to aggro me, possibly. It's barking. It's looking at me. It's stretching its neck out. It's limbering up. It's getting ready to attack. And he changed his mind. Cool. Alright, so we have a total value of 18 plus 6. So 24k is our initial earnings. And let's go. And you know, you can sell your old gear. That's kind of the point. So what I'm going to do, and when you upgrade, you can also change equipment. So if I want, I can go 4.1 Mercenary Jacket now, if I want to. You're not locked into your gear choices, but you have to upgrade them. We're going to go ahead and repair everything, and I'm choosing to upgrade bolt casters. So I will now buy a 4.1 bolt caster. Or I can go flat 5. Let's see flat 5's prices. Let's see. Bolt caster, so flat 5 be 31k. And then what was the other one? Bolt cast. Your 4.1 is 27k. So it's a little cheaper to go that route. So I'm gonna do that. There we go. We got our one upgrade, and now for our map, I need dungeon map. And I'm gonna go ahead and push it to tier 6. I could go to 5.1, 5.2, 5.3 if I want. But I'm going to push it to tier 6. So we're going to go ahead and buy a tier 6 map now. And because it's Gauntlet, because we successfully beat the dungeon, you can go to town, you can bank, you can sell. I'm just going to quick sell for the sake of the video to make things go faster so you don't have to, you know, watch me do all this stuff. And this isn't really going to be an insanely long dungeon run video, or maybe I can make it, you know, just a one take video. What do you guys think? Of course, you can't answer me, so I'm going to sell order that. That's fine. And there we go. We're going to go ahead and pop this map now. And again, Sanddrift Prairie. It really wants me to go to Sanddrift Prairie. Now, upgrading your mount doesn't count. You can't upgrade your mount to different tier and cheat the system, okay? You can change your mount anytime. The mount doesn't matter. You can't use your mount in dungeons. Now, this is where the Gauntlet gets interesting, okay? Because our dungeon is literally right outside town. It's right here, okay? Someone could see this, see that there's no butterflies, and jump in and fight us. So you could either pick a PvP build to run your Gauntlet with, or a PvE build. It's totally up to you. It's your choice, but this is a tier 6 map, so it is a little bit more difficult now. The gear will be slightly better, of course. And yeah, the goal is to go to 8.3, and then you win. Once you complete the 8.3 map, it is game over, and you're all set. Alright, so just clearing through, and remember, you have to clear enough of the mobs to loot the chest at the end. Don't try to cheat the Gauntlet and just run to the end with a skip set and kill the boss and say, oh, I did it. That doesn't count, okay? You gotta kill enough of the mobs. You have to make it somewhat dangerous, okay? When an invader comes in, they need to see that mobs are dead so that they know it's occupied, for one. That's part of the Gauntlet challenge, okay? Think of it as an advanced form of corrupted dungeon, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, maybe an invader comes in and you get the green buff like I just did. Then that's an easy kill. That's free loot. It works in your favor, right? Like, anything can happen. That's why the Gauntlet is exciting. And I didn't know what else to call it. I wasn't going to name it after myself because that's kind of cringe, right? And then none of the other streamers or YouTubers that don't really like me would want to do it. And yeah, it's kind of a lame little PvE challenge thing, but you know, it's what I mainly do in this game. I don't go out to the Black Zone and fight people because I'm always outnumbered, okay? You know, at least when people invade, they only invade with like 3 of them, right? And I'm using Boltcasters just for the speedy boss clears, of course, of course. Go ahead and just start comboing the hell out of this. We have the green buff, so we're not in any danger of dying here. Let's see what we got from this. Let's see, that's about 13k there in that chest. Not the best. Not even close. And again, I don't have premium right now, so the Gauntlet is actually much harder if you don't have premium because you will be getting less loot. So that's just how it is. That's just the truth. But sometimes you get lucky here. We got an item drop. We got a tome. You can choose to save those or use them. It's up to you. You don't have to save everything you loot, you know. If you want, you could trash things, but there is trash protection. If someone invades and kills you, they will still get the loot. So don't think that you can use, oh no, I'm being invaded, throws everything out. Haha, you get nothing. That's not how this game works. There's still people in the comments that think that, though. And I can't believe I missed that 3rd guy. And yeah, you can see it. Like, I'm feeling the burn that, I only have a 4.1 bolt caster. I'm used to using way stronger weaponry here, so it's taking me more hits to kill these guys. That's fine, you know? But hey, maybe no one does this challenge. Everyone thinks it's stupid, but I don't know. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. I'm curious to see other YouTubers try out the Gauntlet, see who does it well, who's got the best Gauntlet run build, you know. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think of something to do here while we wait for the mists to come out. I'm gonna chance this, see if it's a red buff. And it's a refresh of the blue buff, so that's cool. Yep, very cool indeed. Alright, continuing along with the dungeon. Still no invaders. This is, again, a very risky dungeon, and I'm playing actually outside of prime time. It seems like most people have went to bed at this point, so you could make it even more dangerous and play, well, you know, during prime time if you want. Let's see, what do we have here? Now remember, you can leave at any time, but then the Gauntlet fails. You have to start over, okay? Like, say you get some really good piece of loot and you need to freaking piece out immediately. Or someone invades and you have millions worth of gear on your character, right? Yeah, you're free to leave. But you fail the Gauntlet. That's the whole point, okay? You fail the Gauntlet, you gotta start over. You're not allowed to continue, okay? We're just gonna go on the honor system here. That's another 13k chest, about 8 plus 5 would be, yeah, it'd be 13k. So, well, still not the best. All right, continuing along here. Blasting enemies, killing them. All right, but you guys get the point, okay? If you have any questions of how this Gauntlet works, then let me know in the comments. I know some of you guys just, y'all need all the help you can get. And don't worry, just if you have any questions about the rules, just leave a comment. I'm curious to see how many Gauntlet runners we got, you know, and yes, it's called the Gauntlet because that's generally a gamer term for running multiple dungeons or something. I don't know, like you're running the Gauntlet, okay? I don't know where the phrasing came from or who invented the phrasing or whatever. Okay, I couldn't think of a better name, so that's what we're going with. That's just what it's called. All right. Anyway, this dungeon's going very smoothly. We're just clearing dungeons. You know, you were going to clear dungeons probably maybe anyway today, or maybe not. Maybe no one does dungeons anymore. Who knows? Now, as far as popping the map goes, you do have to do it from the town portal like area. You can't go out deep into the black zone and pop it. That's cheating. The whole point of the challenge is to put you in harm's way of other players invading your dungeon. That's kind of the whole point of this thing. You know, it's an extra. It's like eating spicy food at a restaurant. Okay, yeah, you could get it non-spicy, but then like, what are you doing? I keep getting a lot of tomes. I got like 3 so far. The voice actors for this game, man. I did not armor shred any of them, and now I'm stunned, and now I'm about to get hurt. Big time, big epic style. It's okay, they're just tier 6. We're not too deep in the gauntlet yet. When you get to 8.3 and you don't upgrade properly, oh, you're in trouble, man. You are in trouble. Now, if you want my tips and tricks for the gauntlet, you should probably just upgrade your armor and weapon. That's it. Maybe the cape if you want, a little bit, but just armored weapon is going to give you the most bang for your buck. So there's some meta tips for gauntlet runners out there, okay, guys? Just some little meta tips. Now, you'll notice that mob there I didn't kill because I don't need to. The boss is still going to have their chest open up for me. So, again, you just need to kill enough mobs for the chest to be lootable. That's the gauntlet rules. Yep, yep. Gauntlet rules indeed. Alright. So we have collected... What is this? This will be the second dungeon we've completed in the gauntlet. So yeah, I'm up to tier 6. How far will you get? How far do you think you're going to get in the gauntlet? Before you get killed, or before your gear sucks too much and you can't continue on. Like, you just can't kill the boss. You just fail the boss. So 1, 2... I want to full burst this guy. 3, 4... Throw your boulder. 5, and 6. There we go. We got a 6 stack with armor shred, so we're all set. And then pop them there, hit them with another armor shred, because we're going to double down here with the helmet. And dodge that. So yeah, we're doing very good on this boss. Look at his HP, look at ours. And let's go ahead and just machine gun him down. That's going to kick me back. I won't be able to finish. So it's fine, though. Dodge that. Auto attack weave into a Q. And still no invaders, so that's cool. You know, no one's invaded. Pop that open. We got a 32k chest here. Not too bad. Now, also, if you die on the trip back from your gauntlet, it's over. Dying in the open world, it's over, okay? You have to survive your trip. And, oh, we got a naked person. What are you doing naked? What are you doing? What the fuck is this character? That's gotta be bait. I'm not even gonna try to fight that. That's weird. That is a weird character. It's too weird, I'm not gonna even bother. Were they gathering or something with just a weapon and some boots? A little sus. Okay, well, you get the ideas now. I'm gonna make this video a little bit shorter for you. I know some of you like to sit here and listen to me ramble on the entire time. But I'm going to continue the gauntlet and share with you bit by bit of my progress. Now, I know what some of you are asking. Can you use what you find in the dungeons? For instance, this tier 6 Guardian helmet would be a big upgrade for my Stalker hood. No, you are not allowed to wear upgrades that you find in chests. Okay, you're not allowed to. That's cheating. You have to upgrade one tier at a time, okay? No using dropped gear. Alright, so I have chosen to advance to Tier 7. Tier 7 map, and only a 4.2 boltcaster. So I'm using a flat 4 armor and a Tier 7 map, so I am very undergeared for this. I'm not sure if I could beat this, but we're going to try. I completed the Tier 7 dungeon. I'm in 4.2 boltcasters. This chest's only worth 20k. And it's actually a small ride back to bank. And now I can either go 7.1 or flat 8, which means I need to upgrade my armor, weapon, some other piece of gear. I think my weapon's pretty strong, and I do have 100 spec in it. So I might start upgrading my armor a bit. Maybe I might get a Limhurst cape. I'm definitely about to run out of food, though. So I'm going to have to pick up another food. Food doesn't count as an upgrade. Food potions, buy as many as you want. You can eat as many foods as you want. You can, you know, no restrictions on food and potion. Alright, what's next? Tier 8. Here we are now at the Tier 8 step. Again, I could have went 5.1, 0.2, 0.3, and so on, so I would have more upgrades, but I went straight for Tier 8, which leaves me with a 4.2 Boltcasters and a 4.1 Druid Robe, so I'm very undergeared. I'm going to pack some energy potions so I can run it a bit faster. I've got another cabbage soup ready to go. Let's pop this bad boy. It's over here in Sanddrift Cross, so I'm going to go ahead and ride on over. So far, so good. That is not a good spot for a dungeon. That is right next to someone's hideout. People going in and out will see like, oh, look, it's got butterflies next to it, and that's not a normal spawn. Someone popped a map. And then if they in turn leave that hideout frequently, they're going to see that there's no butterflies. So making sure there's no names around. Hopefully no one's invisible watching me do this. It's really tough. By the way, I just want to be clear on something. Being downed by mobs does not mean that you die. It does not mean that you fail the gauntlet. It means if you like get to the boss and you just cannot kill it no matter how hard you try, then that is technically failing the gauntlet and it's over. Skip bosses that you don't need for the final boss dungeon chest. Like, I don't need the fountain bosses buff. I don't need tome chest bosses cleared. I just have to kill enough mobs to ensure that the final boss of the dungeon, I am able to open their chest. That is all. I paid for the map at 96k, and the boss was insanely difficult. Barely, it took a few tries, but I finally beat it. You can see here, well, one try, I guess. I lost 5% durability on all my gear. But you can see, yeah, it was not easy, and I have to go to 8.1 now if I want to continue the gauntlet. Again, you can always opt out anytime if you want to admit defeat, if you just want to give it up, or you can keep trudging along. But I have to go to 8.1, and I only get one gear upgrade to do it with. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and teleport back now, and if I factor in the journey back costs, then I actually lose money. But hey, that's part of the gauntlet, especially when you get to 8.2, 8.3. Those maps are going to be very, very expensive. So, that's it's part of the challenge. Who's going to be able to do it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's going to be able to complete the gauntlet besides cheesing it with, you know, Druid Staff or whatever the heck. Then, now, like I said, you're not locked into your item choices. I can go, I have a 4.2 Boltcaster, so I can go 4.3 Druidic Staff, but I can't buy the offhand that goes with it. That counts as an upgrade. I'm not allowed. So I would be downgrading, okay? Yeah, you have to play in this stuff, you know, advance. So let's see, dungeon map. 8.1 is 160k, and then after that is 400k, and then 1.2 million. So yes, the gauntlet is not a cheap adventure. It is not. It's gonna cost you money. Anyway, what do you think about this video idea? I don't know if it's something that is interesting, if it's cool. Is it a good idea? Is it a cringe idea? Let me know in the comments. I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. Videos every day. Make sure you're subscribed. I read every comment, so leave a comment. I may not reply to every comment, but also on screen is a video you should click right now. I've got a Discord link in the description if you want to hang out and play games. I can main tank. I didn't mean to burp. I can heal for you. I can do all sorts of cool stuff. Just join the Discord and we can play some games together. Yeah. With that said, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Click that video on the screen right now. See you tomorrow. Take care, lads. Alright, well, I realized after editing this video that I didn't include the clip of me either finishing the gauntlet or whatever. So here's what happened. I got invaded by 3 dudes. I was able to escape, but because I was not able to clear the 8.1 dungeon, it's considered a failure. Since the invaders took it over and I had to run away. I couldn't kill any of them. They didn't kill me, though. But they did steal the dungeon, so that's the black zone for you. Yeah, kind of a weird ending, but click the damn video that's on the screen. Do it right now. And watch my Modern Warfare stuff. I've got really cool stuff on Modern Warfare 2 that comes out later. Go watch that. Come on now. Help me out.